Well, here we are. The Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nar-Shadda, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar-Shadda, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar-Shadda's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot. It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar-Shadda orbits it. Nar-Shadda's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years. Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar-Shadda at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice. Well, not everyone who came to Nar-Shadda were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians, and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy. Yeah, some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers, so others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy. It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar-Shadda, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Nar-Shadda, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's gonna find us here.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar-Shadda. While he walks upon the Smuggler's Moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Mababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu esrecto natada beer mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra.
Banisokakran, joka mata storch ban locha. Joana masaranka ma ramazurata. Keso juskrita lorsa. Yumacha foeko mikojira.
Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Febko emareyam ga watasitu insula raka chata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopi una wala si chokoratawa.
Request. If KOTOR's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
The Pobotenyo go Jucho Picha, Gwentaba ni Sochu, Norotoga Proto Lala Shishi, Juadosa Jibacha, Ratak Mansan, Tokosha na Chitolo, Joana Masaranka ma Ramazurata, Keso Juskrita Lorsa, Yumacha Foeko Mikojira. Kawanabota atagwa kankadiwa. Yutaka alwanji yumaliba. Tu es mahawika si wawanta mo ika wansoba. Wakama nurawa.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Honta no saka. Jita bedwana maticha. Tono tucha. Tocha ramakaka musuran kana. Honta no saka. Jita bedwana maticha. Si machadana. Dona we searcha makaran.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours. Yeah, in all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad. No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of. Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system. Sure, most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed, or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be all right. I think. All right then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. There should be a central trading hub up ahead. Their stock's probably not the best, but they may have some things worthwhile. Then just being here should be enough. People in the refugee sector don't tend to ask too many questions. We should be safe enough. Well, that means finding either a bounty hunter, a ranking member of the exchange, or someone willing to talk, none of which are too appealing. Bounty hunters in the exchange are going to want to shoot you, and someone who is willing to talk to anyone, which means trouble.
The bounty is a waste of our efforts. All that matters is the Jedi. The intentions of the thugs of this moon are of no consequence.
This bounty poses a threat to him. We do not need two beasts at our back when the Sith are enough.
I agree. They are nothing more than a distraction. But even a distraction may prove fatal at a critical moment. We must protect him.
I do not wish your support, Dark Jedi. Your words only undermine my arguments.
If you are so certain of your path, then do what you will, servant of Atris. It makes no difference.
It's up to you. There's bound to be someone in the sector willing to spill their guts for a credit or two.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult.
The moon is a swarming cloak, a shadow of emotions. It is an effective shield, but if we come near the Jedi, I may be able to see him.
You will not come near the Jedi. I will not allow it.
You mistake my intentions. I care nothing for this Jedi. But if finding him will speed our journey, then I will aid you in your search.
We do not need your assistance, Dark Jedi.
Enough. This moon does not get any smaller while we debate. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible. Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad! Yeah? Well, this is the first I've heard of it. Hutts don't do business down there. This is exchange territory. I got a ship that's supposed to dock on this pad any hour now. What am I gonna do?
Well, 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in, and I finally get to actually talk. So this is Nar-Shadda. We're gonna take visas, and we're gonna take Atten. And I can finally be as evil as I want without really having to worry about influence stuff, because I pretty much got all the influence that I could want. Don't need to talk to these guys, but let's go explore Nar-Shadda. Let's start. We're looking for Zez-Kyle. And I'm sure we're gonna have to deal with a lot of stuff here. Like this.
No! Look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in.
It's been too long since I killed someone. We're going to be using Force Potency because it's just good.
More where that came from. Time to even the odds.
Oh yeah, they had no chance. I didn't see if I got dark side points for that, but I better have. My intention is to just kill every single person on this moon.
Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure. If you save me to cripple me again, then you're worse than they are. What do you want with me? Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quarren named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in Nar-Shadda as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately. The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it. You don't. He comes to you. If he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing. Whatever your reasons, thanks.
It's going to be so good to get all those dark side points back. This guy will give us some information.
Spare a few credits, friend. Alright. I don't know much beyond the refugee sector here, but I can share what I know. This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up. That's two names for one thing. It's difficult to tell in the crossfire, and the Sith were led by Jedi. In the end, it didn't make much difference. A lot of space lanes cross at Nar-Shadda, and once here, it's hard to move on. Even fighter pilots from the war can't get work at the docks. The freighter crews are full up. There's no work here and no way out, unless you want to become a hired muscle for the Exchange, or work in a Hutt slave camp. No, should I? He doesn't sound like a Hutt. What, is he a bounty hunter or an Exchange boss? Jedi Master? There aren't any Jedi Masters in the galaxy, let alone on Nar-Shadda. This place is a cesspit, with the Exchange and the Hutt stabbing their claws into everything. But, you know, I did hear something about a bounty on Jedi, though. Something the Exchange posted. Doesn't matter, though. Aren't any more Jedi around, so no one's going to be collecting that bounty. Not much to say, except it's a high price. You need to find a bounty hunter to get more, and they've been pretty scarce lately. You might have more luck trying to find someone connected to the Exchange. And I don't mean some spaceport muscle, I mean someone connected. Well, they tend to lay low. To be honest, it's like with bounty hunters.
Alright, so basically what he's telling us...
You did promise.
Yeah, I'll let you live.
I saw what you did.
Can't go 5 seconds.
Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need? Forgive me, stranger, please. I beg you, do not kill me.
Why did you do such a thing? Giving in to your feelings over such a small matter. They would be better served elsewhere. And what would you rather do? The Force binds all things. The smallest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. These acts of cruelty may have more severe repercussions than you know, or can see. Cruelty leads to suffering, and when one suffers, it is the way of life to spread suffering. The suffering within builds until its sound is all one hears. And when a kindness is offered, it is punished, and a greater darkness is served. From one act can come tremendous power when the echo has traveled as far as it can. Send a great echo, and power will come to you. The day shall come when you can test your strength, I promise you.
There we go. Nice. So maybe we can walk a couple of steps without being chucked into... That's swoop racing. We're going to avoid that for now. Maybe we can actually do something. Oh my god.
And what did he want?
Just answers to some questions. Asked about a Jedi Master of all things.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, Nar-Shadda is full of these kind of things. Constant. Let's go explore. I think over here is something interesting. No, that's the swoop garage. That's the swoop racing stuff right there. Over here we have a merchant. I think there's something I can do with that droid. But you know what, I'm going to end the episode here. But I know we've not got anything done here, but that's what Nar-Shadda is. Lots of talking, lots of listening. So I'll see you guys next time for more KOTOR 2.